Hi there, it's real estate coach Josh Fegan and welcome to this week's coaching tip. Today I wanted to talk to you about really working well with an assistant, because as you grow as an agent, there's no doubt that you're going to need to scale. And the most important part of that is about putting someone on inside of your team so you can really get that growth and getting them to do all the individual things that allows you to be a much better agent. You see, in order to be able to put on an assistant, it's really critical that you think about what are the activities right now that you're currently doing that someone else could be doing that really is a teachable skill set. And what a lot of agents don't think about is that how to actually really get to work inside of those teams. One of the great challenges in every business that I've ever worked in is always around communication. And it's about communicating around the things that are expected and also around the things that have been completed so everyone knows what's actually happening in the business as it happens. Now, there's no doubt that a really simple way to do this is to actually build an agenda for any of the areas that you need to be able to do some work on. So let's say, for example, that like every Monday, you actually have an agenda called like your marketing agenda. And in that marketing agenda, what you now do is you actually just list all of the items that you need to be discussing. So what are we doing for property marketing? Where are we up to with all of that? What are we doing agent marketing wise? What are we doing on our social campaigns? What videos have we got recorded ahead? What direct mail pieces are we doing? What letterbox drops are we doing? And all of the other key things that we need to do to be able to get that consistent marketing piece out there in the marketplace. Now, if you have that agenda set as a Monday appointment, what I'd do is I'd make that an all-day appointment inside of my diary. And then that way, what you can do is that every Monday, you just pull up that agenda and now you've got it there exactly for when you need it so that you can go through all of those items. It also allows everyone in the team to be really effective because now all of a sudden they look at the agenda, they see what Monday is all about, and then they can go and add any other items that they want to discuss or any ideas that they might have for campaigns or other marketing. And so then you can go and get all of that done and contained in that one space. Now this is really important because maybe on Tuesday, for example, you might have like a stock review meeting. And in that stock review meeting, you look at every single listing that you've got. Where are you at in terms of inquiries, inspections, second appointments, contracts and offers that have been received on the property? What is your quote range? How does that relate to the agency agreement? All of those different things that you need to do in order to ensure real compliance. But it also then allows you to redirect work. So if a property, for example, had a low number of people through on the weekend, then maybe you've got to do something else to tweak its marketing. Or in addition to that, maybe you haven't had any people coming back for second appointments on the home. What these little agendas do is they really allow you to keep on track, but most importantly to keep that communication and that information flowing. A really core component of me running my business has always been a little check-in meeting as well, somewhere around about that 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's just simply where I jump on the phones, have a quick chat with my team and say, hey, is there anything else that we need to be discussing today? Any critical issues or things that have come up that you need my input on or my call on? And now what's actually starting to happen is that they speak about the completions, the things that have already been done, or maybe things that they get stuck on. Now, in order to really grow a team, I also am a big believer in pulling people up and getting them to play much bigger roles in their position. And that's simple things like when someone comes to me and says, hey Josh, what would you like me to do in this situation? I just say to them, hey, what would you do if I wasn't here? And they say, look, I'd do X, Y, Z. I go, hey, that's cool. Back yourself in. You don't need to ask me that anymore. And now what actually starts to happen is we're actually building confidence because we're building on that trust relationship. So to run a great business, what you want to do is you want to think about what are the key areas or issues or risk areas that just keep on coming up all the time that you don't have under control. Take those, put those into an agenda on different days of the week so then everyone in the team knows exactly what you're going to be discussing so they can be prepared before they get into the meeting and really shine as a great member of your team. I really hope you've enjoyed this week's coaching tip and I look forward to you being able to have better communication with the people that work with you so you can achieve even more.